It's full fall weather. Cut. How's it going today, guys? Morning. Friday morning here. Raining. We have full fall weather in swinging effect here now today. The cold, ugly, wet bird of fall. We're going out to help Raylan move a rig today, which we're just out west of Rocky on 11 by I can't remember the name of that gravel pit. It's Paderdes. It's just before you cross over Chambers Creek there on the right hand side. I've been by it 10 million times, but of course I've never been down that road actually. So, and then we're just coming back to Crimson Lake to the O'Cheese turnoff, which is the end of the pavement on the Crimson Lake there. And like there's 16 kilometers. I'm like, I don't think you can go that far, but I said this last time. We were 10 kilometers, I think, last time. We took that test equipment out, T800 live. I had to do all the pin load, winch on that tank, winch that tank out, and yeah. Maybe it'll get rained out. I was planning shorts on. I'm like, yeah, it'll be alright. I'm like, well, maybe let's just check the Rocky Mountain House weather. It says light snow. I'm like, damn it. That's not what I want to hear. It was actually, it's been decent up until now. It's been nice and hot. It's been like usually 20s every day. Yesterday was kind of gloomy, and then it started to kind of rain on and off, and then now, yeah. Morning. Rain. A little bit of chilly willy.
I'm so in love with you. You got me down again.
Look who decided to show their ugly little face. I checked the weather this morning because, well, I already said this. I was wearing shorts. I'm like, ooh, it looks like it's kind of chilly out. And Rocky Mountain House said light snow. So I knew we were going to see something. We're out here in Clearwater County, and I know for a fact that it's dry or frozen track, and it's probably light enough that it's just damp. It's more like dust control, we like to call it. So I guess we carry on, but my fucking wipers, look, I turn them on, they don't turn on. On, not on. On, off. On, off. I think it's just fucking chock full of dust. And all that dust eating I was doing the other day on that Cal Nash move. I don't have a blowgun, so I can't blow it out, so hopefully it doesn't fail me today. I told the mechanic, I'm like, I might need a new signal stock. It's Friday, so let's at least get it at the shop before the weekend, and if it does pile up, then I'm sure I could change it. Shouldn't be an issue. I'll try compressed air. I need to get an air gun kit for the truck, too. Some chipping. Surprised I haven't seen the sanding truck yet. These guys are always hot and horny to get out here and make a mess of the roads. It's definitely not going to freeze. But they're like, oh, snow, we better get out there and salt and sand. Yeah, supposedly the bed truck, I was sitting in the shop there, I'm like, what's up with that thing? The tranny cooler was leaking and filled the transmission full of coolant. And the inside of it looks like it's just a rusty box. So there's just chunks of rust everywhere. So they just, I don't know if they got a rebuild or a brand new. They said, throw a brand new tranny in there. That's nice. It's like, it's pretty weird. I'm like, the saying, he's like, it looks like it's been leaking in there a long time. I'm like, well, don't you pull the plug once a year and look in there, or, you know, one time to time, especially during CVIP. Let's see how many metal chunks are in there and all that stuff. Like, you should always pull the plugs on your auxiliary, your main, your diffs, and just have a boo and see what everything looks like. But if it's been happening for just a year, I haven't drove it that much, and the few times that I did, I never had to add coolant, so. What do you undo? Throw money at it. Supposedly he's looking for a new small bed, another 330, 340, so that'll be pretty sweet, because that is overkill for what we're doing out there. Like, you got one P tank and a shack, which you should be able to do that vessel with a 330 or a 340. I've seen way bigger in my times when I had like a 1990 330 inch all mechanical, and it was light because it didn't have, like, it had a push bumper, but it was like kind of old school with just uprights welded to it, steel bumper. So it was pretty light. Only had a 4 1/4. And I did some pretty big vessels with that, like P tanks and stuff. You should have no problem doing those P tanks. I know some of them need to be double lined these days because they're a little more. They're a little more HD nowadays than they were back then. I know that too, but I'm like, with the right bed hand in there, you should have no problem doing. If you got a jacked up 340, like we had a road train, you could do a 60-foot shack, and you could do vessels no problem. Just a lot of these dinky 340s that are for sale, they're not as built as the one we had at road train, obviously. Like, it had DT hubs and all the good stuff, so. And it had like 10-inch lift in the back and 10 inches in the front, or maybe it was, let's say 10 in the front, 8 in the back. I don't know, it was fucking tall. Definitely make you think twice when you got on a lean. You're like, oh, I'm on a lean and I'm way up here. This should be canceled with this weather. No one's phoned yet, so.
Alright, what the fuck, man?
I got to clean my edge to give her.
C1 coming here from the west side.
Hey, there's a joining truck out the end. Good going.
Copy. Head below, boys. 0, Landry.
I'll wait for you, bud.
Wouldn't want to meet you in the corner. It might be a little bit of twisted metal.
I know, yeah, it's great. I'm just thinking I'll be able to push you up the hills now, Gerald, instead of you pushing me.
It's a nice looking truck, that's for sure.
Yeah, I do. Thanks. And it seems to be working pretty good so far anyways. Haven't had too many problems with it.
Nice. well, that's her. 3 trips. He was like, oh, I might need you to come back for a 4th. I'm like, oh, whatever you need there, boss. He's like, well, let me just look here. It's like, you know, just go, I'll phone you. I'm like, okay. And then, yeah, he got me on the radio before I got back to the pavement. He's like, yeah, I don't need you to come back. I'm like, sweet. Not that I wouldn't mind some more hours, but yeah, that's enough hours. No dust today. Wife is calling. I'm driving. Hello. Hi, how's it going? I'm alright, how are you? I'm just on my way back. I'm gonna try to go to Blue Wave if there's no lineup and rinse off my fucking mud from head to toe here. What are you wearing right now? So anyways, when we go back to town, gonna try to hit up Blue Wave and wash. I've been super confirmed that Big Dogs close their doors. I don't know if I said this already, but I was gonna go there early one morning, so I went and looked on Google. I'm like, oh, what time do they open? They usually open at 8, but I didn't have to leave till 9, so I thought I'd whistle in there and get a little rinsey rinse. And it said permanently closed on the website. I was like, what? Coming in the other day, after we were coming back from that rig move that we're helping Cal Nash with, and I tried phoning them, and I was like,
the number you dialed is not in service.
I'm like, shit. I'm like, okay, well, let's confirm this. I'm just gonna go drive by there. Yeah, rolled up on the spot, and there was no cars there. None of the doors were open. It looked pretty closed. Open sign was not on. This is Wednesday at like 2:30, so yeah. Sad time. Dude, I've been washing there for like probably almost 16 years. The 3 different places that I worked, I've always gone there. So we have more options. We got monster truck washes. I've never used it. It looks pretty badass, but it's expensive. So the boss probably won't go for that. He likes to keep it on the cheap and dirty. Like, well, we have a couple options for that. Nothing will be as good though. It'll be only getting the soot off when I'm at the shop now, because every other car wash I go to, if I use like wash wand, brush wand, nothing takes the soot off. So it's always, I'm like, I do have my own dish soap, so I could like into the jug and go to town, but we'll have to see. Even their brushes at Blue Wave are all junk and just scratch the shit out of your stuff. I like using a mitt, but it's like a cattle liner place, so you probably don't want a mitt there, because guaranteed it's just full of cow shit. Yeah, their water pressure could be hit and miss. Their fire hose is a complete mess. It's alright for rinsing off, but you're not blasting off your frame rails under your trailer and shit like that. It doesn't have enough pressure to satisfy those needs. So yeah, I really hated going there because the boss is like, well, you drop your truck off, which you can do, which isn't really a convenient option, because you like show up there and they'll wash it for like, I think it's 75 for the truck and 65 for the trailer, so it's kind of a win. That's how it was before. And you just sit up in the driver's room and watch TV. I was like, I was cool with that, but the whole ordeal usually took like 3 hours. You wait an hour to get in, they'd wash it for like 2 hours. I'm just like, oh my lord. And the one time I sat in the truck while they washed it, and they were just beating the shit out of it with the brushes. I'm like, no, I don't need that. So, but if you go there and wash it yourself, in less than 2 hours, they charge you way more because you're doing it yourself. I'm just like, well, what the fuck? It's kind of a rip-off of a place, but it's convenient. I think it's open 24 hours, so that's nice. Well, it was. I don't know if it still is after. I haven't been there since, shoot, maybe my first year here, and I haven't been there through COVID or any of that stuff, but Cataliners kept going, so I imagine they rotate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they got to wash. And then out back, they got like a huge oven that they back their trailer in, and they've cooked it at whatever 400 degrees, or I don't even know, hot to the point where you're almost gonna melt stuff, right? Like sanitization of the trailer before they haul their next load. So yeah, that's what we're up to. We're gonna go there and try that out. If not, screw it, going home. Can't wash at the shop because you put all this mud on the floor, and then you got to clean the bay, and then you end up plugging the drain. Our wash bay is only kind of really set up for like rinse off bugs, a little bit of salt, you know, because they would expect the floor to be clean when you're done, right? That takes a good half hour. You got to shovel it up, put it in the wheelbarrow, you dump the wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow's got a flat tire.
By the way, we're done. I'm close to coming.
I know, but I mean, can you go out? I mean, I know, and don't be mad at me, but I mean, you do have some skill set. You can probably
Well, I mean, right now I'm working for a pest/lawn company. Just until I can find someone that actually wants to pay someone who shows the fuck up and does a good job.
Well, I mean, people don't realize, man, the job market